Welcome to Current Buzz, the program that introduces the electric city to you. I'm your host, DC Watts. In today's episode, producer Beth sits down with Councilman Rick Laughridge, and we take a look at upcoming events in the electric city.
Hello, and welcome to City Insights. I'm Beth Batson. We've been sitting down with each of our 9 city council members to talk about what's happening in the electric city. Our guest today, Councilman Rick Laughridge. Councilman, welcome.
Hello. Nice to be here.
You represent seat 6 on the Anderson City Council.
Right.
Talk to us about that geographic area.
It's a pretty big area. It goes from Martin Luther King Boulevard all the way down to Malden, and from Blakely Street all the way to Millgate.
It is a big area.
It is a huge area.
You are a retired school administrator from District 5.
I am.
After spending your career in education, what led you to want to continue your service to the public in the municipal arena?
Well, I'll be honest with you. One of the good things about being a school administrator, you get to help people. And the main reason that I got into politics, believe it or not, is to help people. And one of the things that really is good about that is the fact that when people call me up, sometimes I can cut through some of the red tape that you have to deal with when you're dealing with government, and I just simply try to cut through that and make sure that those folks get satisfied. And for the most part, we can do it. There are a few times that something comes up, you're dealing with the state or you're dealing with the federal government, and it can't be done, but for the majority of times, if it's something that we can deal with in the city, we try to deal with it.
That's good. It's good that you could probably translate your experience in education into the government area. You've been on council now for 3 years. What have you learned?
A lot. It's really kind of amazing what I've learned about the city. The first thing, I guess, is that there are so many activities that the city does. I mean, there are so many things that the city is responsible for. When you think about the water, the sewage, the public works, when you talk about, when you talk about the police and the fire, and all the people that we're responsible for, 450 employees, and then we have the situation where you've got all of the people that we're responsible for in the city, and we have to kind of try to balance the two together. It's a good experience because you do learn some stuff, and you do find out some stuff that you didn't know was going on. I haven't found anything really bad about the city. I think the best thing I can say about the city that it's running fine, it's doing fine, it's in the black, and that's what we want to happen for the city and the people of Anderson.
Absolutely. That's a good thing. In addition to downtown and neighborhoods, one of council's 3 stated priorities is recreation.
Right.
And you serve on that committee.
I do.
Talk to us a little bit about that and what that means to you.
Well, being a former administrator, I believe that children need that type of thing. That's one of the reasons that I asked to be on the Recreation Committee. It's important for children to have a place to be and a place to go. It keeps them out of trouble, keeps them off the streets, keeps them doing the right things rather than the wrong things. Wonderful things are happening in the recreation arena. We've got the D.B. Walker Park that's in the process of being renovated. We've got the Lindley Park, which is in my area. It's a stormwater recreation combination type of project. The people up there in that area, in the Lindley Park historic area, they're just excited as they could be. They've been very involved in the process of looking at what the architects have designed, and they're in the process of trying to make better use of the plans and trying to help the architects to make a better plan for the city. As you know, as you drive down East North Avenue or go up West North Avenue, one of the things that you see are these gorgeous old houses, and it's sort of a gateway area of Anderson, and we want the park to be just like that. We want it to have some maybe some water features and some other things that can be used by the public. We're going to have a walking area for people that they can walk from one end of Lindley Park all the way to the other. This will be part of the original. This will be part of the Greenway situation, and the Greenway eventually will go all the way from Lindley Park, all the way back past the Recreation Center, all the way down to B. Thompson Park, and so all of that will be joined together, and I think it'll be wonderful. It'll be like the rabbit trail in Greenville, and so it's one of those things that I think people will go. You know, the more you offer the folks, the more they want to stay in Anderson, and the more they want to stay in Anderson, the better it is for us.
Yes, it certainly is, and that project will literally change the landscape.
It will change the landscape in that section of town. Not just there, but I mean all of the other plans we've got. If you've noticed that the Recreation Center, we built a picnic area with a bathroom next to the Recreation Center. That's the old Brown Park area, and one of the neat things about that is that people will be able to rent that out and use it for family reunions and things like that. It's handicapped accessible, which we try to do a lot of. My wife is disabled, so that's one of the things that I really like to see put into parks and recreation, so that disabled people can use them too.
That's good. And there's just an awful lot going on in that arena.
There is a lot going on in that arena.
You also serve on the Public Works and Utilities Committee, which includes things like our wastewater treatment plants, like the recent expansion at Rocky River. That's important to economic development, right?
It certainly is. When I went to the opening of the Rocky River Sewage Treatment Center, the reopening, I should say, it was a pleasant surprise to see John Moore there, and what he said was true. He said of all of the things that he had done in the city, he was most proud of the fact that we had done that particular thing together with the county and with other entities like Homeland Park to make this something that's just not something that's going to last for a year or two, but it's going to be something that's going to last for 15 to 20 years. We'll have enough ability to take care of anything that's going to happen between now and the next 15 to 20 years. And that is good for business because it allows businesses to come into Anderson that might not otherwise, because they know that we've got that ability there. So I'm very pleased that I did something to help there as well.
That's great. It's an example of having some far-sighted leadership.
Absolutely, and I think Mr. Moore, our city manager, has done an exceptional job with that.
That's good.
I didn't have I was not on the very first of it, but I've really enjoyed helping this along. We've got some new changes that we're going to be making to the Rocky River plant, some new liners going in and that kind of thing. So that'll be going in pretty soon. It's
actually a beautiful place out there.
It actually is.
Setting.
And, you know, if you ever want to go there, it's an absolutely gorgeous place. It's not what I would consider like a waterfall or anything, but it's a nice place to visit. If you have never been there, it doesn't have a bad odor. It actually is very pleasant out there.
It is. Well, what are some of the things that you're most proud of about the city, and what are you excited about going forward?
Well, you know, being on the Recreation Committee, one of the things that I'm very excited about is the downtown park. As we talked about, all of the improvements in the parks and the recreation have been implemented because we have a 2-cent tax on the food that we serve in the city of Anderson. And because of that, we were able to build our recreation center. We were able to do work at the other parks, like Watson Park and D.B. Walker Park. We were able to add onto our recreation center. We've got a new plan that we're going to implement. It's going to improve the parking at the recreation center. That's one of the problems that we have there, is just not enough parking. And by doing what we plan to do, there'll be more than enough parking for the folks that want to come and use those facilities. New ballparks all over the city, lighted areas. It's just an exciting time to be in the Electric City.
It certainly is.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
What I've enjoyed about being on City Council is helping people. I think that's the biggest thing that I can say about enjoying what I do. If I can't help people, I don't feel like I'm doing much at all. So when people call me on the phone, I don't take the attitude, oh my goodness, here comes somebody else calling and complaining. I take it as an opportunity to talk to the folks and see what's really bugging them, find out what's going on, and see what we can do to correct the problem. That's what government should be like. It's not always that way, but it should be like that.
And thank you for bringing that spirit of a servant to us. That certainly means a lot to everybody in the city, and
well,
we
it means
appreciate it.
The people of the city of Anderson are great folks. They work with you as long as you work with them, and I can promise you that the folks in my area are very eager to help out when they can, but they're also pretty eager when it comes to having a problem. They want to correct it if possible.
Certainly. Thank you, Councilman, for being with us today.
Thank you for allowing me to be here and talk to you today.
And thank you for joining us here on City Insights. If you have questions or comments, feel free to email us at currentbuzz@cityofandersonsc.com. And have a great day in the Electric City.
Hi, and welcome to your holiday event calendar. I'm your host, DC. What's happening in the Electric City? We have the Christmas tree lighting on December 2nd at 6 p.m., so join in the festivities of lighting the Christmas tree on the square in front of the Anderson County Courthouse. First Friday downtown, Friday, December 2nd. Retail shops will be open until 8 p.m. Enjoy the tree lighting and then begin your holiday shopping in downtown Anderson. The Anderson Heritage Tour of Homes will be December 3rd from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Advance tickets are $15. Tickets on the day of the event are $20. The tour route is printed on your ticket. Call 864-617-9005 for more information or visit www.andersonheritage.org. The Downtown Anderson Christmas Parade will be December 4th at 3 p.m. That'll be on Main Street. Enjoy the floats, enjoy the bands, and enjoy seeing a certain well-known gentleman in a red suit waving to the crowd. The first annual Resolution Run through historic downtown Anderson will be December 31st. The 1-mile run-walk will begin at 10 p.m., and the 5K begins at 11 p.m. Register online at www.active.com. And that's your holiday calendar update. Thanks for joining us here on Current Buzz. We'll catch you again next time.